Ah! Oh, this green screen is ugly. Serious. Not good, man. Aisha Ra was good. I do not like this green screen. Excuse me, ma'am. Yes, can I borrow a paper towel? Towel? Yes, ma'am. No, that's all right. I got it. I got one. No. I have something. I'm trying to rig it. Bryant, what's up, man? Irving X Dixon. Aisha Rock, you gotta call me, man. We gotta talk about Saturday. Hit me up. Alright, Shakim, Zulu King Shabazz, Dee Dee Stewart. Mr. George Miller, sir, peace. Tracy D. Some of y'all be like on point, man, like set my watch. Miss Sunshine Daniels, George Nobles, Grayson Matthews, peace, how y'all doing? Brother Carl Muhammad, Shiva, peace, what's up, man? You said hey, all right. Now you gotta help me out, Bomani. Now you know my African tongue can't even do them gymnastics like that anymore. Minister Server, what's good, man? Shout out to South Rock. Shout out to Soul Messiah. Alright. Me and Soleil was there in the building showing our support last night for South Rock. We didn't get a chance to see Brother Ali. Dee Dee Stewart, peace. Yeah, Dee Dee, I look forward to hearing from me on Wednesday. Yeah, it's a critical thing sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it'd be Tuesday and I'd be like, why can't I go on tonight? But anyway, let me pull up some of these documents. Hold on. What'd you say? No, it's not that. I'm on my phone. Sorry to put y'all in front of the green screen, but yeah, I was gonna do this on Zoom, but I didn't like the way he was acting, so I gotta kind of do it on here. All right, give me a few more minutes and wait for this thing to build up. 3 minutes. Peace, Queen. Let me see. Okay, I know where I'm supposed to be going. I think I'm supposed to be going to YouTube. Give me 1 second. What does 3 hearts mean, Tanya Johnston? Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot. Peace, Gloria Daniels, Christopher Dodd, what's up? Lorna Matthews. Why does that name sound familiar? Lorna Matthews. And please don't call me Richard. That's, no. I mean, I love you too, Soleil. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm kind of stalling, waiting for you to leave the house, because I don't want you to hear this language I'm about to use. Anyway, in the divine name of Supreme Being, I want to greet everyone with a civilized greeting. And I guess when I say a civilized greeting, I guess we have to come and approach this conversation in a civilized manner. So I'm going to approach it in that way. And I ain't messing with you. Yo, what was the name of that song by Sir Mix-a-Lot? Yo, chill. Come on, man. I ain't messing with you. All right. All right. So let me start this. All right. I'm going to approach it in a civilized way. Let me say this from the outstart. Me and Brother Rich, we did an interview. And the interview was basically centered around, let me pull it up for you. It was the Holy Day of Atonement. I mean, pardon me. It was the anniversary of the Million Man March. And the, hold on, let me pull it down here so I don't have to keep looking up. All right. It was the anniversary of the Million Man March. And that took place, I believe, on the 16th, I believe. So Brother Rich sent me a message. He said he wanted to talk about it and just kind of go over, ask some questions, do a quick interview, all right, as we do on a weekly basis. So I said, cool. I said, that's a beautiful subject. Let's talk about it. One of those kind of subjects where I don't necessarily have to have notes in front of me and that kind of thing, because if you live this, then you become the note. You're the book. So you just speak. And that's what I did. I did, though, I received some things online, pictures about what brothers and sisters were doing and how the Million Man March affected them and that kind of thing. So I took it in and it became part of my spirit. So I said, okay, cool. So when Brother Rich called, I thought he was calling at 9 and he called at 7. So I was kind of not taken off guard, but I was on guard. I'm in the car, though. So I'm talking to Brother Rich, and he's asking questions, because I don't ever go back and listen to any of the interviews we do. I just hate hearing my voice. I'm one of them individuals, I've never liked my voice. My voice is not one of those. And I think, but because of the conversation that I've been hearing all my life about, from not family members don't talk about it, but when I was a lot younger, hearing a conversation about my operation. I had a tracheotomy. If you don't know what a tracheotomy is, look it up. All right, but so I had a trach, and having to learn how to speak for long periods of time without sounding like DMX. Yeah, so it's just one of those things. Excuse me, ma'am. Can I borrow some water? Can I borrow some water? Thank you. So I had to kind of learn how to kind of speak and be clear, because I know after about 30, 40 minutes, my voice starts to get raspy. Yeah, so I did the interview, and we went we didn't even go deep. We just kind of went into aspects of the Nation of Islam, history, Minister Farrakhan, Million Man March, just kind of like in general. But, like I said, I never go back and listen to the interviews, and I never read the comments. Every once so often I do, but so when I went to read the comments, I saw the level of disrespect and the level of hatred for myself, for Brother Rich, but majority of it aimed at the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And Phyllis Chambers. We're talking about negroes. And we're talking about coons and agents, and you on here asking me about how I feel about the Vegas. Yeah. First of all, I don't give a how I feel about anything. If I can't study and give you actual fact and we can dialogue and reason, then I'm not even on here. There's no sense in me being on here. People come on these kind of things and tell you how they feel. I'm not. Thank you. Can I do it? The copper cup, is it
You want
clean?
yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Underwash.
Okay. So I don't get into how I feel and that kind of thing. If I do, just pardon self. All right. I don't want to get into how I feel. Some aspects of what I'm going to talk about tonight is partially based on feeling, because you talking about me, you're talking about our leader, not only mine, but our leader, and a couple of people on here talking about my wife. So, of course, you're going to get some of how I feel. To read some of the comments, and today's conversation was strictly supposed to be about the BIE, the Black Identity Extremists. I got a call from some beautiful brothers and sisters out of Cleveland and other places around the country asking me, am I actually going to put a lecture together dealing with that particular subject? So I said, yes, thank you. I owe you. Because that SB kicked in and you, yeah.
The what?
The SB.
Oh, it did. Okay.
All right. So, yeah, like I was saying, people, so the BIE, along with what I'm seeing and reading here, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to see where we are as a people. All right. If you have time, brothers and sisters, maybe y'all could pull up the article on the BIE. All right. All right. No more interruptions. Let's get right in it. Right to it. All right. I'm going to hold the BIE conversation for a little bit later on. Let me just kind of knock this other thing out and get this out of the way. Black Identity Extremists. And excuse me if I'm being slow and sluggish. Soleil's a doula, and the sister that she's assisting, and y'all know what a doula is having the baby like right now. So I'm kind of, I don't know if I should kind of shut this down and drive my wife to her home, to the sister's home, because yeah, so I'm just kind of frazzled a little. So just bear with me for a minute. All right. And then I'm kind of taken aback, but what I heard Poppy and a few other people say, so just give me a minute to get it together. All right. Yeah. All right, so we're going to talk about the BIE in a minute. Now, as a result of the conversation and the interview that I did with Brother Rich, which is on YouTube, and it's entitled Prof. Griff Speaks on Criticism of Minister Farrakhan and the Anniversary of the Million Man March. Okay? We did it on Monday. This is already Wednesday night, and it's already garnished 12,352 views. 312 thumbs up and 46 thumbs down. 401 comments. All right. Prep me to leave. We'll drive myself. Okay. So let me just. I'm trying to approach it in a very calm and kind of, yeah. So I want to, before I go into the BIE thing, but I want to read what the papers and the FBI papers and definition said of the COINTELPRO, the counterintelligence program. What did J. Edgar Hoover say? What was his aims, motives, and objectives? Who was he targeting? All right, and these are some of the things that I want to kind of read a little bit later on as we dive into the fears that are growing around the FBI using the new black identity extremists as a tool to use to go after not and I don't want you to be mistaken, not after the ones y'all know are radical, because I never claimed that I wasn't. I'm just not extreme. I never had a question about me being black. There's other people that come on here and question the term. I don't mind having that conversation in love, but I don't want to be interrupted or disrupted. I don't want people to write me in and out of a narrative and a scenario. All right? Yes, what is the definition of BIE? It's black identity extremists, okay? So you can Google that, all right? It's the FBI memo that wasn't put out by the FBI, because the FBI don't put these things out, all right? Someone had to get a hold of it and put it out, all right? These things go out to different regions. It goes to field offices. It goes to field officers. It goes to different organizations. So someone would have to have gotten this and put it out. Back to my point. This idea of people coming on the posts and leaving comments. So please do me a favor. For those people that are listening to this, please do not type in Professor Griff, they're trolls. Just ignore them. Professor Griff, they are troublemakers, or they're agents, or they're whatever. Just ignore them. Please don't type that in here today, please. Because all of that, I know. But I'm not taking the cowardly approach to dealing with a situation now that is actually giving the FBI and other alphabet boys cannon fodder, right? To deal with a situation that you and I as family should be having a discussion about it. And when we get off of here, we should be meeting in private about it to come up with a strategy to how to navigate through it. Because I told y'all, and I kept telling y'all for years, when they come pick up your little brother, Professor Griff, all right, 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning, black boots kicking the door down, and they take me, guess who they coming for the next morning? You. That's just a real dynamic. All right? And I'm not missing any bones about that. That's just who and what that is. All right? So I don't want y'all to worry about me. I'm well able to handle myself. All right? I need you to be concerned about you and you pretending to be militant and radical only because you're on Facebook, or you might put a meme up, or you might put something up on YouTube. All right? So let's not put that up here tonight. All right? Let's not do that, because I already understand that dynamic. So let's dive into some of the things. And if you got a weak stomach, you need a barf bag or something, or you just can't take this kind of grown man kind of talk we about to have right now, you can politely excuse yourself. I really, truly don't mind. All right? Seriously. 401 comments. The conversation we're having tonight is Professor Griff speaks on criticism of Minister Farrakhan and the anniversary of the Million Man March as it relates to the black identity extremists. All right? The new COINTELPRO, the new counterintelligence program by yours truly, the United States government, shortly after and right after, nope, let me correct that. I'm correcting myself. This document was drawn up before Vegas happened. All right? All right? So let's understand this. This document was drawn up before Vegas. Okay? Just make a mental note of that. All right. So now, shout out to Brother Rich. Shout out to all them brothers and sisters, too numerous to mention, that said, yeah, Griff, we behind you, we with you, have that discussion. Shout out to my soldiers in Jersey. I couldn't be up there. I got the word at the last minute. Plus, I had to, hold some things down here in Atlanta. But to the soldiers and the crew that's ready and waiting to move, I got you. All right, I got you. So, first comment. Can't deny the work of Minister Farrakhan and the Million Man March. So y'all haters fall back. Now, I may run the risk of getting accused of calling people out. Right? But and I'm not, that's not my intention. But I wanna put on here who said and what they said. Alright? Okay. So that was B Miles 84 Conscious Channel. Alright, he says, can't deny the work the Minister Farrakhan basically put in the Million Man March, so your haters fall back. And I think he put that up there simply because he read some of the things I read. Next it says, this is from New Black World Order. Now just keep in mind, brothers and sisters, I've sat and done research and have broke bread with hackers. I broke bread with brothers that into IT. I'm familiar and becoming more familiar with the dark internet, with the dark web. I know I'm having a basic understanding how these things kind of work now. When people like New Black World Order come up and his profile picture now is the red, black, and the green. Some of these brothers are official. All right? Peace. Now, Ruby Selah, I got you, sis. I got you. All right? All right, so now, this reply to B Miles 84 the Conscious Channel, all right? Some of the vile hatred that I started reading, and this ties right into the BIE, all right, the Black Extremist Identity Extremist. Now I wonder if if the FBI are going to go on threads like this and track down some of these people that's actually threatening my life and threatening my family. I wonder if you think that might happen? Are some of y'all following me with this? Are some of y'all up on the YouTube, Brother Rich's YouTube channel, up under the Professor Griff speaks on the criticism of Minister Farrakhan on the anniversary of the Million Man March? Are y'all reading what I'm reading? So if the FBI are going to use this list now that they claim that they have, and they have identified, all right, they have identified certain organizations and certain people everywhere from Jersey to Chicago, and y'all know who I'm talking about, right down to Atlanta, to Dallas. All right, and these are some of the things that they've mentioned in their document, some of the places that they've mentioned in their document. All right, but you won't find the FBI going on here rounding these people up, because these people are working with the FBI. Willingly or unwillingly, knowingly or unknowingly, working with the FBI. All right? So, this one says, what on earth are you talking about? March on Chicago for what? I guess someone said March on Chicago. And I don't know what that means. It's Dale Marie. You are a hypocrite, educated fool, certified jackass. Don't come sideways, all right? Stop trolling. Stop controlling the calls him at his name and whatever that's about. I'm not sure. But it says, you lack refinement, and if you truly are a black woman, doubt it or doubtful, you are the picture of why our people are being destroyed. Sick woman. All right? Now, this is coming from somebody whose logo and picture profile is just the letter H. You see, when you could only have a letter or a fist or a bow and arrow or a piece of damn electrical tape or whatever you have as your profile, and you don't want to show your face, I'm suspect from the rip. All right? Let's move forward. Now, it gets kind of vulgar. I can't read the vulgar stuff because I'm not sure who's listening. So we're going to pass over the vulgar stuff. I was there and I was attending at Howard University at the time, talking about the Million Man March. This is Kenyon Chapman. He says, I was there. I attended Howard University at the time. Definitely a transforming event to me. If only reached one of us, it was worth it. Love it. That's what I said in the interview, brothers and sisters. If Minister Farrakhan pulled 2 million, asked for 1 million, and pulled 2 million people together, black men, shit, it's hard to get 25 black men at a goddamn lecture. Only place I've ever seen, yeah, well, I won't talk about that, but I've seen black men coming together over some foolishness, some women, some weed, some cars, some food, some chicken dinners, and some other stuff, but to call them and hold them accountable for their ways and actions and give them marching orders, you don't find that happening on an everyday basis. I'm sorry. I don't care what you think about Minister Farrakhan. And let me answer that question from the rip. I love Minister Farrakhan. And it ain't nothing you or your mama can say that's going to stop me from loving, protecting, and honoring that black man. Someone asked me in a text message after seeing this, would I take a bullet for Minister Farrakhan? Let me say, unequivocally speaking, you motherfucking A right. I'll take a bullet for Minister Farrakhan, but I'm going to give a motherfucker a few also. Plain and fucking simple. All this weak mamsy-pamsy bullshit about would you take a bullet? I'm going to die for the cause. Fuck that. I'm living for the fucking cause. So what the fuck you mean, would I take a bullet? No, I'm dispensing a few. What the fuck? Let me tell y'all something. We ain't built like y'all are built. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why I'm bold and brash enough to even have this conversation. And ain't nothing stopping you from clicking off and going down to somebody else's show. Give a fuck. And I'm saying to y'all straight up, I don't know what make any of y'all think that y'all going to sit and talk about Minister Farrakhan, and people like me are going to sit around and act like it ain't happening, like you not saying anything. Shit, if you was talking about my homie, I'd get up on here and say something. But how do you defend a man that he don't need defending because Allah is his guide and his sustainer? I'm just little brother, Professor Griff. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm saying to y'all, if he didn't have an army that he can call together, all right, of no less than 100,000 brothers at one given time, he probably don't even need Professor Griff. But I'm saying to y'all flunkies who think that y'all asses are not going to get talked to or visited, you motherfuckers got another thing coming, man. Facebook may flag this. It's cool. I'm good with it. But I'm saying, and I'm smiling when I'm saying this because y'all crazy. Y'all super stupid. Y'all are really super stupid. He is a man that have made a sacrifice in his life for 60 some odd years trying to raise the dead, knowing that his teacher told him, you have the most difficult job of any person on the planet trying to raise black people. Let's digress for a minute. Check this out. Some of y'all that are on here right now watching this, y'all have worked with black people before. On your job, in organizations, at the youth center, at the summer camp, or whatever. You can't even deal with 5 black people. Imagine trying to deal with 65 million of us. You understand what I'm saying? And you mean to tell me I'm going to sit back and allow you to threaten him and threaten his family? You got your rabbit ass mind. You got your mind. Nah, I'm just not built that way. There's nothing wrong with you keeping that to yourself or going to hide up under a rock somewhere and do whatever you going to do and say your piece. Listen, don't get me wrong, because I know I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. Minister Farrakhan is not beyond reproach. He's not a brother that you can't talk to. He's not a brother that he won't meet with you, because he will. And you've seen him meet with hundreds of us throughout these years, even at the age that he's at. All right? But the blatant disrespect that you are showing to a man that haven't cursed you once, haven't sent soldiers out to check your raggedy ass once, all right? You pay lip service to somebody that have more love for you than you even have for yourself and trying to save your worthless black ass. You want to pay lip service. But that's cool. That's cool. Beautiful Brown says, what were the speeches supposed to do, brother? You took I, self, Lord, and Master and diluted, mixed, tampered it into some other ish instead of making up your own, and that's why you're still in the same predicament. You're supposed to be doing something with that knowledge. You're supposed to make it walk and, no, let me hit the read more button and talk. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's kind of lengthy. And whoever Beautiful Brown is, they absolutely correct. Make it happen. All right? We're supposed to be the book. We're supposed to have taken the instructions that Master Farad Muhammad gave us. Even those brothers and sisters that came before Master Farad Muhammad. All right? The most Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gave us. Make it applicable to our lives. Take it and run with it and go get our people. All right? It's a big open field for a wide awake man. All right? All right, Marcus Zen comes on here, and all he has is the letter M. So you know when it comes to these kind of people, it gets vulgar and it gets crazy. I'm only gonna pick these things out. I'm only gonna pick out the ones I want to read to you without being extra. All right. Now this is from Nkosi Teho. I don't know if y'all know some of these people, but it says, dude mocked Malcolm X's assassination. I'm not denying the minister's work, but I still look at him sideways because of his statements on Malcolm. You don't look at Malcolm's statements in reference to the messenger. So someone makes a statement about somebody. I'm going to say this. Now, please don't take this the wrong way. I'm going to say this clearly. Let me move closer, because I want y'all to read the countenance of my facial expression. You coming at Minister Farrakhan for making a statement about Malcolm. And if Malcolm X was on the scene today, your bitch ass wouldn't even follow Malcolm. Because you ain't even got the heart to follow Malcolm. You wouldn't have been in the Nation of Islam. Suited and booted, clean, purifying yourself, following the restrictive law of Islam. But you bring your raggedy, worthless behind up on YouTube and leave that kind of comment. If Malcolm was here today, would you be following Malcolm? This in Nkosi Teho? Talk to me right here. If Khalid Abdul Muhammad was here right now, and some of y'all were old enough to follow Khalid, if he was here right now, today, taking care of that business that he took care of when he was physically among us, would y'all be running with Khalid like I ran with Khalid? No, y'all wouldn't. You wouldn't clean yourself up. You wouldn't live by the restrictive law of Islam. You wouldn't clean yourself up. You wouldn't do that. You run like a scared little punk like you doing right now. All right? Because God's man is on the scene. All right? Speaking truth to power. All right? The most you've ever done is put a statement up like this or put a meme up or talk ish behind your IP address. All right? I asked one brother, and that brother's probably watching this and he know who I'm talking about because we corresponded with one another. Minister Farrakhan pulled 2 million men together. What did you ever do? You criticize a man that's working while you sit home watching fucking football. What did you ever do? I'm going to wait on that answer. What did you ever do that amounted to anything as far as going out to get our people? I'm talking about this work of the resurrection of the black man and woman in the wilderness of North America. What have you ever done for you to sit back and criticize how another man's grass is growing in his backyard? What have you ever done? So they're coming at B. Miles, 84 Conscious, because he made the first positive comment about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Million Man March, the anniversary of the Million Man March. So Early Reed comes up, and here's another person with only the letter E as his picture. Now, we can stop right here and say all these people that don't want to show their picture, and listen, it gets deeper, because I actually did the research and clicked on some of these people's pages. They got 3 followers, 4 people subscribed to them, and they got 4 things that they've posted up. That's probably not even a real person. That's probably a fat, white, freckle-faced Russian chick with a hernia or some shit, with hair under her arms, sitting back in a smoke-filled back room, pretending to be black. That's why we needed to have the discussion about black identity extremists, because that's probably the people that are on here doing this. Either it's that, or some of these Negroes really got to be out of their goddamn mind. It gets deeper. He said, another person says, because somebody answered Mr. E, and somebody kind of handed him his, I won't even read that. Mr. Reed said, Mr. Early Reed says, but where did the money go? Minister Farrakhan addressed all of us right after the Million Man March, and then after he went on the world tour and came back. All right, that information is already out there. So either this is an agent putting this information up there, or he's trying to fool and deceive the majority of y'all who didn't do the necessary research. All right? Okay, where did the money go? We already know where the money went. All right? And why was he calling Eddie Longstroke his brother? Well, Eddie Longstroke is our brother. Yeah, I'm saying you my brother, but you just acting real foolish right now. And I'm gonna be your brother when you come out of your drunken stupor and stop acting stupid. I'm still gonna be your brother. All right? We know that you out of your goddamn mind. You don't know half the things you saying and doing. But when you finally wake up and come to your goddamn senses, we'll be here waiting on you. See, that's part of the mission. All right? Elijah Muhammad said he didn't send us to beat our people. He sent us to teach our people. All right? But I'm going to tell you straight up, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to quote the man who never claimed to be a Muslim, Baba John Henry Clark. He says, you know something, the only thing we owe some of y'all is an ass whooping. That's Dr. John Henry Clark. Damien, can we not have that conversation right now, bro? Can we have that conversation some other time? My phone number is 678-557-2919. Damien McIntyre. Just call me. We could talk about that. All right? All right, so he said, Minister Farrakhan said, and I quote, if we dealt with him like a nation deals with a traitor, what in the hell business is it of yours? Now that's from GLT010678. All right? Let's talk about it. Can I give y'all a real life example? All right? If you were in MS-13, if you was in the Crips or the Bloods, if you hung out in the Wild 100s and you was part of whatever those street organizations are there in Chicago, could you leave one of those street organizations and then turn around and talk about the leader and call the leader out? I'm going to wait for this answer. Could you do that? Could you call any of the leaders out of any of those organizations? Imagine you leaving the Crips, all right, or the Bloods, and you cocky and bold now because you got a few people that's following you and y'all are wearing pink or some shit, whatever y'all do. You mean to tell me you could turn around and the same dude that gave you life, all right, y'all did capers together, all right, y'all ran the streets together. All right, y'all got a code that y'all live by. You mean to tell me you could break away from the Bloods and the Crips and then you could turn around or the GDs or whatever and you could turn around and you could talk about the leader? Hell no. So if Malcolm broke that code, I don't care what y'all think about him. If he broke that code, because Malcolm was the one that trained those squads, if you know what I'm talking about, that were in the Nation of Islam handling that business. That was Malcolm that did that. All right? So you can't break away from the Crips like that, breaking the code, and then go talk about the Crips leader. I don't give a fuck where you live at. They come see your ass. Am I right or wrong? So what makes you think that if Malcolm X belonged to the Nation of Islam under the guidance and the leadership of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and you know the restrictive law, you know the written code and unwritten code in the nation among brothers. FOI is the fruit of Islam. It's the military training of men that belong to Islam in North America. You know the code. You cannot break away and then turn around and talk about the leader like somebody ain't gonna see your ass. But strangely enough, it wasn't the brothers in the Nation of Islam that checked Malcolm like that. He got checked verbally. But y'all, all of y'all know it was the New York City Police Department, the CIA, which is not supposed to work on American soil, but they do. It was some of the FBI, mainly the FBI, and Spike Lee did have a little bit of justice in his movie Malcolm, or X, or whatever. But y'all know it was them alphabet boys working inside of the Nation of Islam that plotted Malcolm X's assassination. Plain and simple. Malcolm X was getting threatened not only here in America, but Malcolm X was getting threatened in other countries. The Nation of Islam doesn't have that reach. All right? So we need to understand that particular dynamic. And y'all need to stop running your mouths about what y'all would have done, what y'all would have said, whatever. Shut up. Because you don't do this shit now. This is why you can make these funny ass comments, but you won't put your picture up here. Alright? You won't say anything openly. These Negroes was threatening me. I told them Negroes, look, straight up, man. I'll be in Brooklyn on such and such day at such and such time. You can call King Simon and get the flyer. King Simon's putting the event on. Matter of fact, what's your number? I'll send you the flyer. You understand what I'm saying? So I just said, meet me there. It ain't make no difference because I'm not running from none of y'all. So now, let me get to some of the crazy things. I don't know who he's talking about on here, but it says a million on Capitol Hill, and no one dared to ask for the capital for the black community. Yo fucking boss and that raggedy ass fucking job you got, you work all fucking week. And when you get your raggedy ass fucking minuscule ass fucking paycheck and you look on the bottom of it and you see FICA done took your fucking money and a few other them fucking alphabet boys done took your money and you don't say shit. You don't say shit. You don't even fucking know who FICA is. Reverend Hamhock and Reverend Pigfoot take your fucking money every fucking week at church and you don't say shit. And you don't ask them where the money at. Your ass in the strip club giving your money to Diamond and Mercedes and all these other fucking strippers. You don't ask them what they doing with their money that you give them. Where the money at? Nigga, please. I'm saying to you, if we're going to allow these people to come in and trample all over a man that have done them no harm, all right, as individuals. But if you have a grievance or you have something to say, you with your nasty ass, disrespectful ass tone on a clip that me and Brother Rich put up is the wrong place to do it, bruh. It's just the wrong place to do it. All right? Because every time someone posts something up on one of Brother Rich's clips, me and Brother Rich get the notification. So, and what I do is I pass some of that on to some of my hacker friends, and we know exactly who you are. Shh. Some ignorant ass Negro, ARNIBAN, pardon me, VANST, asked Queen Missouri What has he done? What has he transformed? If you don't know the work of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and not only the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the brothers and sisters in the Nation of Islam in reference to transforming our people, you are a lot sicker than I think you are, because you are looking at transformation. Ask a couple of them people that's on this Facebook thing right here that's been calling me Richard for the last couple of, they knew the Richard Griff I used to be. And this, you dealing with the calm Professor Griff right now. All right, the Nation of Islam transformed my life. And if the Nation of Islam didn't transform my life, all right, and if I was that other brother, I'd be tracking your bitch ass down right now. Because that's the dude I used to be. Yeah, I was probably like some of y'all. Operating in my 20s with a whole bunch of testosterone, not giving a damn. You understand what I'm saying? Taking it to them. Plain and simple. See, that's that energy, that street energy that I needed, along coupled with the discipline in the Nation of Islam in the ranks at Mosque number 7 in New York City. That's the energy I needed to do that public enemy thing, which you benefited from. So if you benefited from that, all right, and that brought you out of your drunken stupor, you still benefited in a transforming kind of spirit that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us through the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because that's where I got it from. All right? So get it right. Damian McIntyre, you kind of reckless, bro. What I might need you to do is look up the scripture, Romans 8:3. In reference to Master Farad Muhammad. He says, I came in sinful flesh to condemn sin in the flesh. And I said that on the Brother Rich interview. I got to move quick. All right? No man is above criticism. You are absolutely correct. I'm not above criticism. But it's the way that you approach me and the way you handle me. All right? Because I'm not some milquetoast, punkified kind of dude that you can handle any old kind of way. I'm fucking 5'5.5", a buck fucking 55 at best. But trust me, man. Fucking with me, you got a fight on your hand, win, lose, or draw, it's on and popping. Plain and simple. And I'm not bragging. I'm not stepping on a pedestal. I'm not saying I'm going to win. But you got a fight on your hands. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Hey, Griff, this is from Mr. Super Agent Negro himself, Mr. Inglewood 78. All right, maybe y'all want to look him up on YouTube. I checked out some of these people, and my crew checked out some of these people. And Chrissy Gray, we know that. But for the people that want to come on here and kick up dust, we know that. The scripture says, we're going to keep it scriptural. The scripture says he came in sinful flesh to condemn sin in the flesh. We're not going to have that argument about Master Farad Muhammad. It's not a conversation I'm ready to have tonight. Mr. Inglewood, Mr. Agent himself. Hell, Griff, didn't Elijah teach about waiting on a spaceship? Waiting on a spaceship. No, that's not what Elijah Muhammad taught when he talked about the mother plane. Elijah Muhammad talked about the mother plane like they talked about the mother plane in the scripture that the white men have got a hold of and twisted around and poisoned. This is why Elijah Muhammad called it the poison book. But they've been talking about the mother plane. You trying to sound cute on here and calling it spaceships and all this other kind of stuff. But United States government, NASA, all right, the Navy, all right, and a few other people, they've built shows and series on the History Channel and other channels. They've set up army bases and military bases around what they stole from Elijah Muhammad and studied about the mother plane. You've talked about people that have actually seen the mother plane. And then you get on here and talk about, didn't Elijah Muhammad teach about waiting on a spaceship? No, that's not what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught. I'm sorry. He says, deal with what the Nation of Islam is, Griff. Don't know what all of that mean. Can't deal with Farrakhan until he deals with Poppy, Sonetta, and the Bambaataa issue. That is one of the ones I answered today, just to let y'all know. I don't know who this individual is, but I said in reference to Poppy, because I heard what Poppy said, coming at Minister Farrakhan in a very disrespectful kind of way. All right. I don't know what Poppy is expecting, but that's your thing, Poppy. Just because Minister Farrakhan does address it at the anniversary of the Million Man March, and you kind of got your panties in a bunch about it, why should Minister Farrakhan have to address that? Minister Farrakhan ain't your fucking lapdog. He don't have to answer you when you feel like he should answer you. You understand what I'm saying? Nor this flunky on here, Mr. Inglewood 78. These people talking about he's not going to deal with it until Minister Farrakhan deals with Poppy and Sonetta's situation. No, let Poppy's homeboy and let Sonetta's homeboy deal with that situation. Why Minister Farrakhan? Minister Farrakhan got bigger demons and devils to deal with, man. Minister Farrakhan don't have to talk to Poppy. Let the ministers that he have there in New York, you're right, King Simon. Let the ministers that he have in New York and New Jersey come deal with Poppy. What is it that you want to suck somebody's fucking breast? You want to be breastfed? Or you need somebody to hold your hand? Ain't nobody asked you to get into that situation from the rip. Shit, if it happened to you, it happened to you, and deal with it. But how come you didn't call me and thank me for checking Bambaataa? Because I checked that Negro personally. But you never called me and said, yo, Griff, good looking out, bruh. Yo, Griff, I want to see you. Yo, Griff, thanks, man. Yo, Griff, let's talk, man. But you look right past my efforts in looking out for you and dealing with and addressing that Bambaataa situation, but you never thanked me one time. We're not going to allow you, Negroes, to disrespect the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, plain and simple. I addressed the Bambaataa situation. I had crew on standby. All right? The sister's probably on here who kept calling me day after day after day to come meet with her to be in the film that she's making about what happened with the Zulu Nation and African Bambaataa and hip-hop. I says, no, I think that would be speaking out of turn. All right? And I wasn't in the film because I kind of held back on it. And I'm glad I did, because soon as somebody spoke up and spoke out about the situation, you know the brother's name, I ain't got to mention to him, right here in Atlanta, they put a bullet in his chest. Tell me I'm lying. Somebody answered Mr. Agent, Mr. Inglewood 78. He says most of these woke YouTube stars do not give something for nothing. Yes, they give bits and pieces of knowledge, but to actually uplift you, nada, nothing. Nothing at all. You don't, after they do the YouTube clip, you don't see them in the hood doing the work. There's only a few of us that you see doing that. All right? A lot of this stuff I'm skipping over. I'm only going to deal with a few more of these things. We're going to push on. He came at me. This is the same Mr. Inglewood, 78. He came at me and he says agents do live long, Griff, because I made a statement that agents don't live long. After they finish using you, they neutralize you and they put a bullet in you. And he said agents don't live long. So I'm saying, I think that I should answer this in the simplest way possible. I said it in my books. said in both books. Once you take the oath, and once they bring you in, you go through a certain rituals. You heard me say this before. Once you in, you seen the movie The Bronx Tale, and the motorcycle gang pulled up at the little spot, the watering hole that they had at the end of the block. The motorcycle gang was starting trouble, and then they went to get my man, and he's like, he let them drink, he let them do their thing, whatever, and then, then when they came to start trouble the second time, he came up out of the basement, took the key, locked the door, put it in his pocket. He says, you know something, now you can't leave. They don't let you leave. Once you in, you in. And I'm saying to you, when I said agents don't live long, they're not living that life you think they are. Because once you're on the payroll for these people, you're on the payroll. And you have to do their bidding every single time. You understand what I'm saying? And that's real. But some of y'all that are on here now with the lip service, you could go to mosque number 15. I'll meet you there. It ain't no problem. Come this Sunday. And you can see me face to face, and we can go sit down and talk with the minister, or we can go in the parking lot and we can kind of chop it up with some of the FOI. Make it happen. Some of y'all are right here in Atlanta running your mouths. Make it happen. My phone number is 678-557-2919. All right? Now, this is the kind of stuff right here from Chris Harris. If y'all know him, yeah. This is the kind of stuff that, if it wasn't for the fact that he's probably an agent, Chris Harris said, damn, Griff, you sound like you protecting the pedophilia with Farrakhan. Wow. If it wasn't for the fact that's so childish, that's the kind of stuff I can't really lend energy to. Because how could you even begin to even have a conversation with Chris Harris? Y'all help me out here. Damn, Griff, sound like you protecting the pedophilia with... How am I protecting pedophilia? What could I have possibly done to protect a pedophile? You'll know how I feel about children. You know how I feel about the women, the sisters. So you'll know you're not getting that from me. All right, you could ask some of the brothers that are right here, right now on some of the missions we went on. Because we got the word from a sister that somebody did something to her child. So come on, stop that, man. You right, Larry Rivera. Let the dead bury the dead, man. Let me see. I don't necessarily agree with this sister, but aspects of what she wrote is very important. But I respect her. She has the nerve to put up her picture, which I love, honor, and respect that. Shantae Diallo. And she just said it the way it needs to be said. She says people might want to stop looking for a savior to be a man, because if you read the Messianic scriptures, you will notice that the most of the verses are split into the midst of the sentences referring a man, then a woman, and also blood refers to inheritances, and yada, yada, yada. She goes on and on and on and on. I understand where she's coming from. All right? Because we were taught that Allah will send saviors, plural, after his people. All right? But I'm saying to you, in a deeper essence, in an esoteric kind of way, what is wrong with you saving yourself? If you don't feel like you should look to another man because you feel another man can't do anything for you, why can't you save yourself? You see, you're in a hellish situation and condition right now, and you're incapable of saving yourself. So it's going to take somebody like the minister to come along, to enact someone like me to come along to help save your black behind. Dr. Wesley Muhammad let loose on homosexual pedophiles. Yeah, but will they go study Dr. Wesley Muhammad's work? No, they won't. They won't. Moving down now. Check this one out. This sister had the nerve to put her picture up. Like I said, I respect that. Pretty Melanin Exotic. This is her name. She says, the more and more I listen to Griff, his true colors show. Time reveals all things. What the fuck are you talking about? I've been this same dude. Well, of course, you don't know the other side of me, the funny, jovial, comedic side, but I've been this same dude with some growth and development. All right, but the more and more I listen to Griff, his true colors show, she gonna make me go back and listen to what the hell I said in the interview, because what could she possibly be talking about? My true colors. I'm a peaceful man. I'm not nonviolent though. I never claimed to be nonviolent. I'm a peaceful man. I don't kick up dust. But I don't follow the same part of the scripture that you follow. I'm not going to turn the other cheek, motherfucker. You smack me, I'm knocking you the fuck out. Plain and simple. I'm not turning the other cheek, man. You lay hands on me, the best thing I can do is offer you a goddamn coupon so you can get these motherfucking hands. Plain and simple. I'm a peaceful man, but if you bring it to me, I'm going to meet you before you get out your door, man. Plain and simple. I'm a nonviolent brother in a very nonviolent kind of way when I need to be nonviolent, but no, man, you come at me sideways, I'm going to be nice to you. I'm going to text you. I'm going to call you. We can talk. I'm not going to curse. I'm not going to get violent. I'm not going to get loud. I'm going to talk to you like a man should talk to a man, and in this case, a woman. And we just going to dialogue. At the end of that, it's going to be cool. It's going to be peaceful. Because you're not going to know whether or not I'm coming any your way. But let me say this. She said the more and more I listen to Griff, his true colors show. I give everybody my phone number. Anybody can call me any day of the week, man. I'm cool and peaceful with everyone. I'm going to show the next man respect. If you come and you humble, you apologize and do whatever you need to do, cool. Ain't no problem. We grown men sharpen men. That's cool. I'm not going to have no beer with you. We ain't going to hang out. I'm not going to smoke an L. We ain't going to be best buds. Nah, I mean, it's cool. That's just a mutual respect. But because you apologize to me, that don't make you weak. It shows that you're a better man. And when I see that in you, I humble myself. Plain and simple. But calling me out of my name on YouTube and threatening me and my family? Nah, that ain't happening. No. I told one brother on here, I'm trying to scroll through this stuff to get to it. I lost all disrespect for Professor Griff, and I don't follow him. And I sent him a nasty message. I said, shit, Negro, you ain't never got to follow me. I don't ask nobody to follow me. Follow me where? Follow me where? I've said to most of y'all and to most of these people, I got relatives, I got family members, and I got a crew that don't give a fuck about none of this. Their main objectives is to make sure that they little brother, Professor Griff, is all right. You understand what I'm saying? And trust me, man, I've been this close, man, to giving the word so they can come touch some of you niggas, man, for real. But I'm cool. I'm going to be nice. You understand what I'm saying? I could have caught you at your baby mama house, but we cool. Or your side chick's house, but we cool. But I'm not going to threaten you on here like that. We cool, though. But I'm not going to let you threaten me. So you don't have to follow me. I didn't never ask anyone to follow me. All right? You're on here because you want to be on here. Because maybe you think there's something in your little brother that I have something to offer you. All right? I say the only part of nonviolent you're going to get out of me is I'm not going to be violent with those of y'all that are seeking some kind of redemption. If you got some redemptive qualities in you, I ain't coming at you sideways and violent. All you got to do is call me and say, yo, send me a text. I'm cool. I apologize. We cool. We good. We good. I ran into a couple of people I had on the list recently. Alright? We good? Don't y'all like the way the Italians used to do it, man? You disrespect them and come through their neighborhoods, man. You getting the Louisville slugger, but we can't operate that way. Because we can't be the demons and the devils that we're trying to destroy. We can't be that. You understand what I'm saying? Let me just get to this. I'll be finished. We're going to get to this BIE in 1 second. Besides, science says everybody's not going to make it. I've heard a few people say that. King Simon, I think I heard Black Dot, the pills. Everybody's not going to make it, man. I don't ever want y'all to think that we're going to save everybody. We just not going to save everybody, all right? And y'all heard me say this. I'm sorry I'm pointing because I don't like that. Y'all heard me say this. I said the first 10,000 bullets are going to be for us. We got to get that Negro element out of the way first in order to deal with the real enemy. You got to get these coons, these Negroes, and these agents out of the way. Do y'all realize in order to exacerbate the tension with black people, they're collecting all this data? And they'll actually send this data to the people that you come up on Facebook and say that you hate and send it to them, exacerbating tension between both of y'all. So if y'all at each other's throat and kill one another, that cracker sitting back like, got him. Got him. But for me to come on here and show a level of discipline and restraint, all right, and just coming to talk to you, and we can reason, and I give you my phone number, and we can talk, and you can call me anytime, I think that's taking the high road, man. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, and don't tell nobody, please, okay? Social media is the best thing that ever happened to the coward. Chris Harris must be an agent because he's calling Minister Farrakhan so many names on here, which is really childish and bruh. But I want to say to the Chris Harrises of the world, you think the FBI and the rest of them alphabet boys are the only ones that's keeping a list? Huh? Peace, Kiki Shah, Takia, Khalees Shah. I'm going to start calling you by your full name. The Million Man March, brothers and sisters, did exactly what it was designed to do, and then some. He asked for 1 million, 2 million came. He gave a set of instructions. Most of us left there. We were better men, better husbands, better organizers, better revolutionaries, smarter men. The Million Man March did that. And years and years and years later, we still carrying into practice those principles and those instructions that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gave us. If the rest of y'all didn't get anything out of it, I don't even know what to say to y'all, man. I don't even know what to say to y'all. That happened in 1995. This is 2017. If your ass is fucking 40 and 50 doing the same thing you did 10, 20, 30 years ago, you got some lessons to learn. And that's a lesson that Minister Farrakhan's not going to be able to teach you at 84, 85 years old. You hustling backwards. If you doing the same thing at fucking 50 that you was doing at 20, then you got some issues. Some personal ones. How are you, Queen?
Well, you acting up.
No, I'm not acting up. I'm not acting up.
No. Need a pen.
You need a pen? It's about 9 of... Hold on, y'all. Let me see. That one. That one. That one.
I just need
this one. You want a pen?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You leaving?
In a minute.
Tell Kamani I said peace.
She's in labor, so
she's in labor?
Yes.
All right. And she got names picked out? Because Kavan is fly.
It's a
Kavan.
girl.
Oh, it's a girl? Oh, man. All right.
I'm not leaving yet, though.
King Simon says he good. All right, let me just finish this so I can get through this real quick. All right. The whole NOI, this is from Kunta Kinte Williams. These people got to be agents. I don't even know who would come up with a corny-ass name like that. But anyway, the whole nation of Islam is a cult. And they've spilled the blood of their own, but never lifted a finger against white bigot. It's a complete hypocritical organization. I would answer that, but I'd be revealing too much. But, wow. The root word to culture is cult. Cult is not a negative word. See, he's having an aha moment right now. The root word to culture is cult. There's nothing wrong with us wearing the same dignified white shirt with different color bow ties and looking handsome, sharp, strong, intelligent. Nothing wrong with that. The military do it. The government do it. The ushers at the church do it. If you watch ants, they do it. Bees do it. You fucking idiot. Sometimes you gotta laugh at these people. Never lifted a finger against white bigots. You better go back and pull up all them debates, man, and go back and question some of these firebrand revolutionaries that came and that was groomed by the Nation of Islam. Don't ever fix your lips to say we didn't deal with these white bigots. You out your rabbit ass mind. Oh, man. Anyway. I bet if Bambaataa was a white man, Farrakhan would have plenty to say about Satan and the black community destroying our boys mentally and physically and otherwise. Well, Minister Farrakhan has been saying that. Whether you black or white, this ain't got shit to do with your color. This ain't got nothing to do with your color. Hell, if your ass is black and wicked, your ass is just wicked. Elijah Muhammad taught us that the black man and woman have the potential to become devils overnight. This is why you got to stay prayed up. This is why you have to stay humble. This is why you have to meditate and eat right. All right? So I'm like, where these things are coming from, I got to keep in mind, though, that some of these people are just fake, wannabe kind of agents, will never see you face to face. I will never be able to have a conversation with these people face to face because some of them are just, they don't exist. And some of them are just saying this reckless, wild, crazy stuff. One brother, Yasha, striving to be Yah Israel. And all he has is the letter Y as his profile picture. As soon as he said Jesus is the Redeemer, I lost all respect for him. Wow. Before the Quran and the New Testament came along, the Creator said Isaiah 44. So you're quoting from the Old Testament of the same poison book that you accused Minister Farrakhan of speaking from. That's confusing. That's just confusing to me. Y'all just dealing with a raw Professor Griff tonight. Let me just get through some of this. I'm not going to deal with this whole idea of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad dealing with underage girls and getting them pregnant. That's some stuff white people came up with and put it among y'all, and you took it and ran with it, didn't do any research, when there are people that are still living right now that you can talk to about that. It ain't far-fetched or hard to get that information about his wives. This Negro, his logo is a star and crescent, but it's the Turkish flag. Say cool rose. I used to be a FOI. This shit is fugazi. If you used to be a FOI and you're on here talking about the minister saying stuff like you saying now, oh, you know you done broke the code. I talked about that earlier. There's just some things that you just don't do. Most of y'all, when y'all have a girlfriend that slapped you upside the head a couple of times, when you break up with her, shit, you don't talk about her because you're scared. But because you used to be a FOI. And we don't want to know why you used to be and why you still not a FOI. Once you're a FOI, you're a FOI. You understand what I'm saying? I doubt you were a FOI from the first place. All right? I don't care how far removed that I become from any particular individual mosque. I'm a FOI wherever I go. They are violent with each other but can't stop gang violence in Chicago. Well, can you? Minister Farrakhan is the only leader I know that ever went to the streets of Chicago and talked directly to the gang members. Have you? It's questioning this chit when CHITWN 88M1. It says Arabic infused Islam is not the answer for the masses of black people. Arabic infused Islam. I'm laughing again because y'all know what I'm about to say. Black people were the first Arabs. Don't tell him that, okay? It is us who gave Islam to them, so to speak. All right? I believe the scripture says, this day I have perfected for you your religion. So it was us that gave it to them. It was black people that gave the martial arts to Chinese because we were the first Chinese. All right? Can we stop asking stupid stuff and just put something basic on your mind? And when you approach this kind of foolishness, we're the first Arab. So what do you mean Arabic infused? The original Arabs were darker than me. Read Chancellor Williams' book, The Destruction of Black Civilization. You could go outside of the teachings and the readings and the lessons and the teachings of Islam in order to get that information. You ain't even got to be in a nation to get that. Some simple stuff if you would study. I don't even know how to answer that. This 0397RB said way too much Jesus talk. You never said that when your little snotty nosed little ass was in church with your grandmother. Amaya Shabazz says Minister Farrakhan speaks truth to power forever. Nobody else speaks as clear and direct as our minister and teacher. Bless his name. Point there. Why did the Million Man March? What did the Million Mans do financially for the black community? That's from Modern Rival. We already dealt with that. This is from the ex-drug dealer. Griff on fire tonight. Thanks, bro. Really appreciate that. See? Ex-drug dealer, no. They tried to kill the messenger and the minister many times. Okay. Yeah, let's move on to this other thing, y'all, because I don't even know what to say about these people. I'm no expert, but can I recognize power, marginalize it, da-da-da-da-da. Can someone post the intro beat? Okay, I guess he likes Brother Rich's intro beat. The NOI 7 whole days. She put her picture up, so I guess she don't mind. Nation of Islam is a powerful organization, but they don't move political agendas. White churches, move political agendas. White churches move political agendas. Wow. The Christian right owns hundreds of congressmen. The Jewish lobby, AIPAC, is very active. But that's a political question blacks don't have. We're stuck with the white liberals class, the young Turks, democracy, blah, 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 blah. Gotcha. All right, that's it. I don't even know what else to say about the rest of this stuff. We spent too much time on it. Someone says, Griff, you sound unlogically fanatical. No, I'm not running down up in office spaces and places strapped with bombs, yelling Allahu Akbar, Farrakhan's the Christ, kill all white people. I don't do that. I'm not fanatical. Like, I'm just not, you got the wrong brother. I don't do that. I mean, I waited years and years and years to meet Prince. When I finally got the chance to meet Prince at one of his shows, I didn't ask him for his autograph or to take a picture. I had a conversation with him because Prince is a man like I am. You understand what I'm saying? All right. I don't see anything else on it. There's a couple of things I wanted to address on it, but I'll let it go. One brother says Raven Aider. I guess that's what the person's name is. No picture, of course. It says, so reaching outside of the supreme wisdom means picking up Dianetics. Well, if Dianetics was a tool that Minister Farrakhan used in order to reach some of you unreachable Negroes, yeah. Did not Malcolm say by any, every, and all means necessary? Yeah, I would kind of think so. But you didn't stop there. You said Minister Farrakhan is a Christian now, and he's part of the Church of Scientology. See, that's what you said. All right? See, I can borderline respect what this person asked me. All right? But you went on and carried the lie on and said some other stuff. Okay. There's too many questions on here about Malcolm. Malcolm was a petty thief, a drug pusher, pimping black women, lying, stealing. Yeah, it wasn't until the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad reached him in prison that Malcolm cleaned himself up. His name wasn't even, they didn't even call him Malcolm then. They called him Detroit Red. So, yeah. But when they mention Malcolm, they don't mention the man who taught Malcolm. All right? Noni Muhammad, you absolutely correct, sister. It works. Trust me, it works. I've tried some other things that, you know, some of these people that leave those kind of comments up here, those are the same ones sitting quietly late at night, 2:30 in the morning, under the bedroom cover with a flashlight and putting the, thank you, herbs in it. Beet. Ginger.
What else?
Okay. They're quietly studying people like Zachariah Sitchin and some of these other white people. But when you see them do their lecture, they never mention the white people that they study. So don't let them fool you about, we got this from a white man named Master Farad Muhammad, and this is Arab-infused Islam and all. Stop that. Stop that. All right. All right, so let's talk about this other thing real quick. I wanted to get to this dude calling my wife out, but we ain't going to talk about that tonight.
Oh, man.
Huh? He said I had the nerve to run my mouth, but I turned around and married somebody's ex. I'm like, wow. I wasn't even going to bring that to you. You such a beautiful, lovely wife. I wasn't even going to bring that to you like that. Because we don't talk about this BS. But I got time tonight. I love you too. You good? You be safe, man.
Okay.
You need some heat? Oh, you good? Oh, okay.
It's a bird.
All right. Not a funeral.
All
right.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too. You take care. All right, call me.
I'll call you when I get there.
All right. Peace. What's up, B son? All right, so let me just dive into this other thing real quick. We ain't even gonna be long. My time is running out. I said I was gonna do 2 hours and get it over with. Whatever happened to the militant stands? All we now is song and dance. Damn, Brother Rich, I saw one of these videos yesterday and I thought about him. No, okay, yeah. All right. I can't go through no more of this. All right, here we go. BIE. Fears grow FBI using the new black identity extremist classification as a guide to profile people. You're being profiled using guides that they've borrowed from the COINTELPRO. All right, so let's just kind of get that straight. If you don't know what the COINTELPRO is, all right, you need some help?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too. Peace, Queen. If you don't know what the COINTELPRO is, look it up. All right? We don't have time to run down the whole entire thing, but let me just get through this real quick. A leaked FBI report has sparked a ACLU inquiry into whether federal officials are radically profiling black activists. You see, they want you to think that they're profiling black activists. Trust me. My name is already on some list like yours is. King Simon, The Pills, Dot, Sarnetta, Phil Valentine, the rest of y'all, your name's already on a list. We already know that. All right? But the crazy thing about this particular document, that some of you Negroes that are on here talking about me and threatening me and talking ish about me, your name is on the goddamn list too. It's just a different list. One Negro sent me a picture. His profile picture and his cover art was him with an an assault rifle. Right after Vegas now. And right when the FBI report, document and memo was released, he's going to send me a friend request for me to be friends with him. You in your picture with a damn M16A1 rifle. Or M4, right, Rod Brown. And you want me to become friends with you so you can lure me into your madness. All right? Whatever you're doing on the internet, knowing that this is these people's platform, and you already know they taking names and trying to create these fake profiles so they can link you up with certain individuals and say, you see, I knew he was a militant. I knew he was radical. So as soon as that fictional person that you befriended on Facebook goes to commit a real crime, fictitious person, real crime, FBI, alphabet boys, right? Like Vegas, commits a crime, they link it back to you. Soleil told me a story yesterday or today, I believe. We were together. She said that there was a man that was arrested by the police who was arrested for shooting his brother or brother-in-law for trying to hit on his fictitious girlfriend that he made up in his head. Woman don't even exist. But he ended up shooting somebody because he thought the brother was trying to fool around with his girlfriend that don't exist. These people's tricks on the internet are so old and so tired. You could see right through them. All right? Don't nobody have no name pro-black Muhammad L.X. Bey the Third. Dude that wrote the fictitious book and the author's name, and he was spewing all kind of mess about the Nation of Islam. And I think I forget the name of the book, but the author's name was Muhammad X. It says here that the report titled Black Identity Extremists Likely Motivated to Target Law Enforcement Officers, motivated more than likely, You see, they're creating a narrative around who these black, angry, militant guys. And they mentioned in the, one of the documents, in one of the memos, that the new Black Panther Party in Jersey, the Hebrew Israelites, the radical ones that be on the corner cursing people out and threatening people, about to smack you upside the head with a Bible. They mentioned them. They mentioned a few. They ain't even mentioned some of the street gangs. But they mentioned these brothers. They mentioned the RBG movement, whatever that is. So if you get caught like Professor Griff wearing a jacket with red, black, and green, Africa on it, or a hat, or whatever, and you take pictures with someone that decides to go to the left because you trained him, and shoot police officers and do that madness, which we don't ever advocate doing, right? All of a sudden now, I guess you are black identity extremists. Gotcha. This shit is so fake and fraudulent. You can see right through this. But they're going to use this as a narrative to round people up, claiming that you are threatening the national security by saying what you're saying on Facebook or on YouTube because you go over an article or whatever. And you Negroes thought y'all was safe, man. You thought they was only coming after the Professor Griffs and the Farrakhans and the brothers that have an X, or the Muhammads or the Bays. No. Or the brothers that want to be sovereign, or the Moors. You only thought they were coming after them. Foolish Negroes, man. I told y'all a long time ago, when they come, they're not going to ask you for your ID. What you think they're going to come, put their guns down, ask you for your ID, look at your ID, and figure out that you're sovereign, or you're a Moor, or that you're a Church of God in Christ, and they're going to let you go? You stupid idiot. Individuals who seek wholly or in part through unlawful acts of force or violence in response to perceived racism and injustice. I need to read that again to y'all. The FBI defines black identity extremists is as follows: individuals who seek, wholly or in part through unlawful acts of force or violence in response to perceived racism and injustice in American society. And some do in furtherance of establishing a separate black homeland and autonomous black social institutions, communities, or governing organizations within the United States of America. Well, I guess that speaks to all of us on here. Shit. Dana Ward, thank you. Thank you. What I just read speaks to all of us on here. So if you're wearing your hair black, nappy black, and you talk black and you act black, you fall up under here. If you probably drive that black car with them fly ass black spinning rims and you lighting and smoking a little something, then yeah, even though you ain't got an X or you a Muhammad or Bay, you still fall under this category. Yep. Even if you a little light skinned with kinky nappy curly hair that you don't want nobody to know that your daddy's black but your mama is white, and you think you might be able to pass on occasion, maybe sometimes only to get in the club free. Not the clubs that we run and own, but the other ones. Sometimes when it's Thirsty Thursdays and you want to ease and slip in the club and slip out of it, and you thought you can get away with it because you was light, bright, and damn near white, and you got one white parent and you thought you was going to escape this, think not. Your name is on the goddamn list too. Or maybe those of y'all who think because you've made it to corporate America and you get suited every single day, speaking the King's English, ass and butt cracked so fucking tight, panties in a bunch every time your ass go to work, and you can barely speak up for yourself while they having your ass run out and get fucking leftover lunch way past the time you're supposed to be at work, and you doing overtime and time and a half. And you think your name is not on the list? Stop that. For you bend over, coon ass, bend over Carson kind of Negroes who think your name ain't on the list because you got a job with white people. Or your best friend is white, and you go golfing or swimming, and your little brown children play with little white children in your gated community somewhere, and you think your dumb black ass is not on the list right next to mine, right up under mine, you got another thing coming. This cracker don't play that like that. Just like in the movie, the last movie that they made about the Planet of the Apes, something came to that coon-ass Uncle Tom-ass ape. And he says, whoa, hold up, man. They shooting the... Something came over him. And he says, you know something? Nah, man. He turned that machine gun around and started taking care of handling that business. You follow what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sorry. Because you grew up in a white neighborhood with one white parent and you went to a white Catholic school all your goddamn life. And you lived a semi-privileged life. And now you've grown up. And they've accepted you into the club because you are non-threatening ass Negro. All right? Who barely speaks above a whisper. The kind of nigga that'll actually drive through the hood and accidentally drive through the hood. And you seeing a black woman getting handled, possibly raped, all right? Or something crazy happened to her. You won't even blow the horn, stop, or call the police. You definitely not going to get out and do anything. But you think you safe with white people. No, you're not safe with white people. There's other people that came before you who thought they were safe with white people, and it didn't work for them. And guess what? It's not going to work for you. Plain and simple. White people don't care nothing about you cooning and you being an agent. You signed your goddamn death warrant fucking with these crackers like that. They don't care nothing about you selling out and selling your own people out. Won't you do yourself a damn favor and ask white people what do they do to their traders that sell out? They're treasonous ass traders. You see, you scared to study that because you know the answer to that. They kill their traders. Anyway, the report also says this is very likely that BIEs are influenced by a mix of anti-authoritarian Moorish sovereign citizen ideology and BIE ideology. They're taking our good brothers, the Moors, and mixing their ideology with a fake ideology, a BIE, which no one knows what a BIE ideology, because none of us are BIE. We're not black identity extremists. So already now you know they got all the Moors on a list. All the Bays, the L's, the Bays, they got y'all on a list. All right? And your list is right next to the Nation of Islam's list. RBG's list. Yeah. Okay. Much of the report is devoted to the discussion of several incidents where black individuals allegedly attacked police officers. I can muster up 3 occasions where I've read that in their newspapers about black people attacking police officers. That's just not something we do. I'm just telling y'all straight up. Shout out to Sabir Bey, Taj Tariq Bey, all of the Bays. All right? I'm saying to y'all, that's just not something black people do. So the agents that are on here, can y'all take that back to your field office? We don't do that, especially the brothers in the Nation of Islam. They don't even carry weapons. I shouldn't have said they. We don't even carry weapons. Yeah, I gotta take, I gotta get a shoe shine kitten, polish up my ex, man, because y'all fucking with the wrong brother tonight. For real. You gonna threaten the leader, and you gonna call my wife out, and you... No, we don't do that. No. I'm gonna tell you in my next door neighbor's voice. No, don't do that. You just simply don't do that, man. Some things you just don't goddamn do. Right? No. Don't get me wrong. I voted for Trump. But I'm just saying, he's white. I'm white. And there's just some things you just don't do. You goddamn right. There's just some things you just don't do. Right. Minister Farrakhan said Elijah Muhammad told him we can't fathom the depths of these people's wickedness. All right? But I'm telling y'all, as sure as we're on here right now, we only got a few more minutes, they are planning to round up All of us. I don't give a fuck what your last name is. Whether you're sovereign, free, got paperwork, a crooked ass license plate, or X, I don't give a fuck what you got. They coming after my black ass and they coming after you. Plain and simple. The best thing for us to do is leave the labels alone and let's get in a room where we can talk without the cell phones. All right? So we can map this thing out because they're coming. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when they coming. And some of you Negroes on here talking shit can't put 5 brothers together to protect you and your wife and your family. Tell me you can. After you run out of them 2 box of bullets you got, then what you gonna do? You ain't even got a goddamn God that you can call on to protect your slothful ass. Plain and simple. Talking about why is Minister Farrakhan still alive? He must be an agent. Don't that shit make you just want to scratch your head? Minister Farrakhan, and not only Minister Farrakhan, but the believers in the Nation of Islam have always said that there's an almighty, true, and living God, all right, that's orchestrating this thing. What the fuck should they be worried about any petty-ass cracker, or you, in that matter, for whatever you got coming? Or you want to bring harm to the nation? Anybody worried about you? Elijah Muhammad said, we had to tie a shoestring around our finger to remind us that the white man exists. That we're going to build a nation within a nation right here in this nation. Oops, let me not say that because that's what the definition of BIE says that they were going to do. Individuals who seek wholly or in part through unlawful acts of force or violence in response to perceived racism now. Perceived racism? Okay, and injustice in American society, and some do so in furtherance of establishing a separate black homeland. Did not, what, hold on for a second. Before the final call, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad put it on the back of the paper, right? What Muslims want and what Muslims believe. So these people that are orchestrating this thing and putting together this black identity extremist thing, they already know what the messenger asked for. This has been in the paper ever since I've been born. All right? We want a separate land and territory that we can call our own. And the government of the United States government is going to finance it from 20 to 25 years. They're obligated to do that. It's been in the paper. This ain't nothing new. It ain't no damn secret. And I know at least 40 ministers that taught on this. All right? Men and women in the Nation of Islam. Nuri Muhammad. Ava Muhammad. Professor Griff Muhammad, if I had a Muhammad. All of us done spoke on this. This is nothing new. There's people outside the Nation of Islam that can probably teach this better than some people in the Nation of Islam that teach this. You got some wannabe Negroes that are thinking these same thoughts right now. They won't tell you. All right? Because they don't want to get in trouble with their slave masters' children. But they think it's separation from America also. But what's wrong with that? See, these are the kind of Negroes that'll send somebody else to go buy the final call, all right, and sneak it into the house and then hide up under the cover and read it because they don't want white people to know that they're reading the final call, all right? Because as Minister Farrakhan said, they lack testicular fortitude. I'm about to close this out. The FBI's report is a red flag that the Bureau is once again profiling black activists because of their beliefs and race. That's all it is. This is COINTELPRO. Is this a legit document? It should be challenged by every Negro you called out. You right, Sunshine Daniels. This is a legit document. This is a legit document. I'm going to say it again. This is a legit document. All right? Even though the FBI, if you corner them, may deny it. That's just how the COINTELPRO work. All right? The FBI said in a statement, Sunshine Daniels, since you asked the question. The FBI investigates activity which may constitute a federal crime or pose a threat to national security and cannot initiate an investigation based solely on the individual's race. Stop the blood clot lying. The FBI remains committed to protecting those rights for all Americans. They don't consider you American. They wrote you in as in the Constitution, and then they amended it and wrote you in as 3/5 of a human being. A cow is 5/5 cow, whole cow. A pig is 5/5 pig, whole pig. But when it comes to the black man and woman that gave birth to everybody on the planet, they wrote you in as 3/5 of a human being. Blood clot disrespectful. The FBI remains committed to protecting those rights for all Americans. Our focus is not on membership in a particular groups, but on individuals who commit violence and other criminal acts. Is this why I woke up that morning in July with my face on the TV and on the internet with Micah Johnson, who allegedly shot the police officers? That's why you put me in the picture with him? Because you protecting the rights of all Americans? Well, ain't I American, according to you? But I peeped out your plan, and it didn't work. Nobody fell for that shit. Nobody. You ran this narrative that Professor Griff is traveling around the country, training these black militants to come over and take over the You know goddamn well that ain't true, because you've been tapping my damn phone. You read all my fucking emails. You got my Facebook page. You know how to get in it. All right? What else you need? I wear a size 8 shoe, but you already know that. All right? Because you the one rambling around at my fucking hotel room planting drugs in my suitcases. You the same devil. You the same devil that sent that big leg, white ass, ugly ass cracker my way. And I rejected her ass, and it didn't work. Because you think all black men got this weakness for white women. You need to stop that shit. Did that cracker tell you how I hurt her feelings? And she ran off fucking crying. Oh my God. Oh my God. I've never been sun salted in my life. Wait, never mind. I'm not even going. Let me finish this. The FBI does not and will not police ideology. Can someone pull up the COINTELPRO? The FBI does not and will not police ideology. When an individual takes violent action based on the belief or ideology and breaks the law, the FBI will enforce the rule of law. That shows you what I've been telling you the whole time. The law is only as good as the people enforcing the law. If you break the law, the FBI will enforce the law. Okay, who the fuck broke the law in Vegas? You're right, I heard you. The United States government. Because it was aspects of a false flag. Because all it's not adding up, and y'all know it's not adding up. They said it was one shooter who they didn't know why he was doing this, and he did a psychological profile. All right, then there was a woman in the crowd talking about y'all all gonna die in 45 minutes. All right, there was another woman who he sent $100,000 and sent her away somewhere. All right, there was teams in place because people started hearing, and police officers said it themselves. They heard more than one shooter. Come on now, talk to me. Y'all know I'm right. Y'all know I'm right. So all of a sudden you want to enforce the law. Well, who broke the law in Vegas? And why aren't you enforcing that law? I got 8 more minutes. I wanted to read the COINTELPRO, but I'm going to leave that up to you as a homework assignment. Brothers and sisters, you have to join the study group, not my study group. You can join mine, but you have to get in a group. We have to be able to create these think tanks so we can think, man. All right? once we do that, then anyone that wants to oppose us thinking and coming together to discuss strategies like every other people get together and discuss policies and strategies to govern themselves. This is not a black identity extremist kind of thing. We are determined to defend ourselves. I'm not just going to lay down and let somebody take my life. I want to map out a 3, 5, and a 20 to 50 year plan for not only me, but my children's children. What is wrong with that? You see, you know what's happening, Sabir Bey? You know what's happening, Gregory Muhammad? You know what's happening, Richard Thompson? That they're starting to see that we're talking and we're coming together. They start seeing people that might oppose Professor Griff in the way I think and what I'm about on here, agreeing with me, and I can agree with you. They're seeing us sharing each other's posts. They see us coming together, and that vibrational pitch has affected the masses of black people, and we're coming into consciousness, and they see the consciousness rising. They see it. They see the work. I'm going to call some names out. Don't get this the wrong way. They saw and see the work that the Hidden Colors effect had on black people. They saw the work that what Umar was doing had effect on black people. Dick Gregory, Professor James Smalls, all right, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, they see you showing up and how you're sharing information, and now this vibrational pitch done hit us, and now we're growing. We got some work to do, all right, like I got work to do. All of us got some refinement to do. But I'm saying they see we rising now, and I need y'all to see that, man, all right? That we coming together, and it's just like it was in the 80s when Public Enemy came out. We started changing the way we think and how we're doing things. We started coming together. The ranks in the Nation of Islam was swelling as it was in all the other organizations. All right? Because we had that tool of hip-hop that drew us in and taught us something. I don't care if you heard it from KRS-One, Queen Latifah, Poor Righteous Teachers, Brand Nubians, or whoever. All right? I didn't forget Dr. Sabi. I didn't forget Layla Africa. I didn't forget Dr. Whitaker, Queen of Four. And not only the ones we know, the ones we don't know. The ones that their students, Reverend Phil Valentine, the ones that's coming up under them. All right? They see us coming together and they say, wait a minute. God forbid, man, if there's one person like the minister, all right, that's affecting all of them and can get all of them to move, they in trouble. They're not going to be able to entertain war inside of America, civil war in America, and entertain a war outside of America. All right? Brothers and sisters, y'all don't know how important this is. We're in a perfect position. We just need to come together. Get over some of these labels and some of these hurdles. Love one another. That's what they're afraid of. Of course, Dr. Amos Wilson. Of course, United Front. Shoot. For real. Of course, Tahir RBG. Of course, God Hop. David Banner. Of course, Sarak. Of course, Narubi Selah. Alright? But brothers and sisters, in my humble way I can put this, man. Let's all of us grow and come into our own. Alright? Of course, we need to come together. Like I said, rid ourselves of these labels, man. Put the ego aside for a minute so we can come together. All right? The strength, from what I'm seeing, is in our unity and our ability to transcend the BS. Let's talk about that on the other side of the fence when we're free. This is Professor Griff. I've been talking for 2 hours, man. I got to go. I love y'all to life. My life and my death are all for Allah. You understand what I'm saying? You are the Allah that I'm talking about. Every single one of y'all. Alright? I love y'all to life, man. This is Professor Griff. I'm signing out. Just go to www.professorgriff.me. Sign up for the class. Sign up for the study group. It's a damn study group. We need to come together and study. Alright? And if we had issues with what the Moors are doing or whoever, we could bring them inside the study group and we could have a discussion and reason with one another. Rather than making a nasty YouTube clip about them. With me. It's like, come on. I love y'all, man. I got to go. Peace, Soleil. Be safe, Queen. Love y'all. Peace.